Hey everyone, welcome to today's deep dive. Get ready to explore something pretty fascinating, the connection between your gut and your brain.
It's a really hot topic.
Yeah, and you guys know how we like to get into the nitty-gritty of these complex ideas, so prepare for some serious aha moments.
Definitely.
We're diving deep into how this hidden world inside us can impact everything from our mood to our risk of serious illness.
And we're basing this deep dive on David Perlmutter's book, Brain Maker. Have you had a chance to check it out?
Yeah, it's been a really interesting read so far. So to kick things off, Perlmutter talks about the microbiome, that massive community of bacteria living in our gut.
Right. And it's funny, we used to think of the gut as just this, separate thing only responsible for digestion.
Right, just processing food, who cares, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But now we're realizing it's more almost like a secret organ, constantly talking to the brain.
Yeah, and affecting our well-being in ways we never even thought about.
Exactly.
It's kind of freaky how something we can't even see plays such a huge role in our overall health.
It really is.
Yeah.
And to understand it, we have to look at the vagus nerve.
Okay, the vagus nerve. For those of us who haven't gotten that far in the book yet, what is that?
So it's basically like this information superhighway connecting your gut and your brain. It's constantly sending signals back and forth.
Wow, a superhighway. That's a lot of traffic going on in there.
Right. And these signals affect everything from your heart rate to, like we said, even your digestion.
So there's this whole other nervous system down there, the enteric nervous system, I think it's called, working behind the scenes. And our gut bacteria are in constant contact with it, sending messages up to the brain.
Exactly. It's wild. Makes you think twice about what you're putting in your body. Right.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So then Perlmutter talks about this hygiene hypothesis.
Yes.
Which is super relevant, especially these days.
Definitely.
Basically, are we too clean?
Well, yeah, that's the question. We're constantly washing our hands, using hand sanitizer. And don't get me wrong, it's crucial, right?
Of course, yeah.
You've got to prevent those harmful germs from spreading.
Right.
But it might also be creating an environment where our gut bacteria, they kind of struggle. They can't thrive in the same way.
Like we're too clean for our own good?
It's a possibility. Early exposure to a diverse range of microorganisms, it seems like that's really important for developing a healthy and diverse microbiome.
Interesting.
And when you don't have that diversity, you're more susceptible to a whole host of health problems, including ones affecting the brain.
So all that hand washing, while important, might actually have some unintended consequences for our gut health. That's pretty wild.
It really highlights how complex this all is.
It does.
And a great example of this is in the book. He talks about this Greek island, Ikaria. They have these amazingly low rates of dementia and chronic illnesses.
Yeah.
And researchers, they think their traditional lifestyle and diet, which is full of natural probiotics, has a lot to do with it.
Wait, are we talking about fermented foods here? Because I'm trying to work more of those into my diet.
You got it. Things like sauerkraut, kimchi, yogurt. The people of Ikaria eat a ton of these fermented foods, and it seems to be doing wonders for their brain health long term.
Wow. Okay, so maybe I am on the right track. It's amazing how these small changes to what we eat can make such a huge difference for our gut and our brain.
I know. It's really pretty incredible. So we've been talking about how the gut can impact the brain.
Right, like a one-way street.
Yeah, exactly.
It's sending signals.
But it's actually a two-way street. It goes both ways.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's not just about physical health, this connection. It also plays a big part in our mental well-being, too, like our mental and cognitive health.
Okay, so it's like our gut bacteria are kind of secretly controlling our emotions and our mental clarity. That's a little scary.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
So when the bad bacteria in your gut, when they outnumber the good bacteria, it can actually lead to inflammation.
Inflammation, okay.
Throughout your body. And increasingly, research is finding all these links between inflammation and brain disorders,
Really?
like depression and anxiety.
Wow, I knew inflammation was bad, but I didn't realize it could impact the brain so much.
Yeah, and it can even be linked to things like Alzheimer's disease.
Alzheimer's, wow.
Yeah. And one of the ways that this inflammation might be happening is through something called leaky gut.
Leaky gut. Okay, first of all, ew. Second of all, what is that?
Yeah, so basically leaky gut is when the lining of your intestines, it becomes more permeable than it should be, And this basically allows harmful substances like toxins and undigested food particles to leak into your bloodstream.
Okay, so if our gut is leaky, I'm using air quotes here,
Right.
things that should stay in our gut can get out and travel to other parts of the body,
Exactly.
including the brain.
Exactly. And when these substances, when they get into the bloodstream, they can travel anywhere,
Right.
including your brain. And then when they reach the brain, they can actually trigger inflammation there, which can impact brain function.
So it's like a domino effect.
Yeah.
Unhealthy gut, leaky gut, and suddenly you've got harmful substances in your brain
Exactly.
that can lead to all sorts of problems.
Yes. And a really good example of this is this molecule called LPS.
LPS.
Lipopolysaccharide.
Okay, I'm just going to call it LPS if that's okay.
Yeah, LPS is good.
So what's so bad about LPS?
So LPS is found in the cell walls of certain bacteria in the gut.
Okay.
And it's supposed to stay in the gut.
Right.
But when you have leaky gut, it can actually enter the bloodstream.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and studies have shown that when LPS is present in the blood, it's been linked to learning deficits. And even increased beta amyloid in the brain.
And beta amyloid,
That's the protein that forms the clumps in the brains of people with Alzheimer's disease.
Right, right. So this LPS, which is supposed to be just hanging out in our gut, if it gets into our bloodstream because of a leaky gut, it can actually contribute to serious cognitive decline.
Potentially, yeah.
That's kind of terrifying, honestly.
It is kind of scary, and this is just one example. Research is finding more and more connections between gut inflammation and other neurological and mental health issues, too.
Like what?
Things like depression and anxiety we talked about, but also autism, and potentially even multiple sclerosis.
Wow. So basically, taking care of our gut health is about way more than just like avoiding digestive problems.
Way more, yeah.
It's about protecting our brains, too.
It really is, yeah.
This is a lot to process. So is there anything we can do about it? I mean, are we doomed if we haven't been making the best choices for our gut health? So where do we go from here? Is there any hope for those of us who haven't been, treating our gut like a temple?
Oh, absolutely. It's never too late to make changes and start supporting a healthier microbiome.
Okay, good. So it's not like once your gut is messed up, it's messed up for good.
No, not at all. The gut is actually incredibly adaptable.
Well, that's good to hear. What are some things we can do to kind of hit the reset button? Should we all be chugging probiotic drinks?
Those drinks can be a small part of it. But it's really about making lasting changes to your diet and lifestyle. First and foremost, we want to cut back on the things that are harming the microbiome.
Okay, like what? Give me the bad news first.
So things like sugar, processed foods,
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
and artificial sweeteners. Those are all big culprits when it comes to disrupting the balance of your gut bacteria.
So basically, ditch the donuts and diet soda.
Pretty much.
Yep.
And on the flip side, we want to load up on prebiotics.
Prebiotics, right. Remind me what those are again.
So prebiotics are basically like food for the good bacteria in your gut.
Okay.
Think shikama, dandelion greens.
Dandelion greens, okay. Those are kind of bitter, but I can handle it.
And of course, all those fermented foods we talked about, sauerkraut, kimchi, yogurt, those are all packed with prebiotics. Remember the people of Icaria?
Yeah, they were living their best lives.
Exactly. Their diet is full of those gut-friendly foods.
So cut out the junk, bring in the good stuff. It's all about balance, right?
Absolutely. And one more thing to keep in mind, gluten. Gluten can actually trigger inflammation in the gut, which might contribute to leaky gut.
Right, leaky gut. We definitely don't want that. It's crazy how much we're learning about gluten these days.
It really is.
But remember, it's not just about diet.
Oh, right.
There are other lifestyle factors that come into play as well.
Yeah, like for instance, antibiotics.
Right. Antibiotics, I mean, they're important, but they can be kind of a double-edged sword, right?
Exactly. Antibiotics, while sometimes necessary, can wreak havoc on the balance of your gut bacteria.
Makes you think twice about all the times you took them in the past, Perlmutter actually mentioned a study where they found a link between high antibiotic use and an increased risk of breast cancer.
Yeah. It's a good reminder that antibiotics are powerful and should be used carefully. And even beyond antibiotics, there are other factors that can impact our gut bacteria too.
Like what?
Things like environmental chemicals, stress, even how we're born, vaginal birth versus C-section. It can all influence the makeup of our microbiome.
Wow, so many factors. So it's like our gut bacteria are kind of like us. They thrive in a healthy, balanced environment.
Absolutely.
Okay, but let's circle back to something positive for a minute.
Okay. Yeah.
What about probiotics?
Oh, yes.
Can those actually help replenish the good bacteria in our gut?
They absolutely can. Probiotics can be really helpful in restoring that balance in your gut.
And there's even that, what was it called? FMT.
Yes, fecal microbiota transplantation.
Right, FMT. It's like a transplant for your gut bacteria, basically.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's showing some pretty remarkable potential for treating really severe gut imbalances.
Yeah, that's incredible. And in Brainmaker, Perlmutter talks about this teenager with Tourette syndrome whose symptoms actually improved after he started a treatment plan that focused on, healing his gut.
That's amazing.
It's amazing what a little gut healing can do. So I think the big takeaway here is that we have a lot more control over our health than we might think.
Particularly.
By taking care of our gut, we're not just supporting healthy digestion, we're supporting our brain health, our mental health, maybe even our overall well-being.
I completely agree.
It's like Perlmutter says in the book, what we do to our gut, we do to our brain.
It's so true. And it kind of makes you wonder if these microscopic bacteria can have such a huge impact on our brains and who we are, what other secrets are hiding in there?
It's a whole new frontier. Well, on that note, I think we've done enough deep diving for one day.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, everyone, and we'll see you next time for another deep dive.